Hello, today I'm going to be sharing with you one super simple exercise you can do right from home, right now. You won't even break a sweat, and yet it is going to help slim, flatten, and cinch the waist. This is an area that so many of us want to work, and unfortunately there's a lot of information out there that isn't really helping us get closer to where we want to be. So I'm going to share with you today an ancient yogic breathwork exercise that really helps, especially with this upper area. And this is just like a little something that you can do a few times a week. It is straight out of the Yoga Burn Trim Core Challenge, which is a 15-minute follow along from home routine that anybody can do right from the comfort of home. And in just a few short weeks, we can start seeing noticeable results, which is really great. So let's try this first. I'm going to walk you through exactly how to do it. I find it's easiest to start standing. Bring your hands to your hips. Take a deep breath in. Breathe all the air out. And pull your stomach muscles up and in. It's called a stomach vacuum. And release. And you're gonna do that a few times, and you can do it in all different positions. But what that does is really works the transverse abdominis, which is the muscle that is truly responsible for pulling in and flattening the stomach, and it wraps around your whole core. It also is gonna work the diaphragm and get that moving better, which helps with our breathing, which helps with our pelvic floor, and just our core as a whole. It's called a stomach vacuum, and we do it for the first minute or two of every single Yoga Burn Trim Core Challenge routine, because it is so effective at really cinching in the waist area and helping to create that hourglass physique, which is great. You can see the full 15-minute routine by tapping the link I placed for you around this video, or comment workout, and I can send it directly to you, okay? That's where you'll see what the 15-minute routine is all about, what makes it so unique and special, real success stories from women of all different ages, stages, fitness experience, everything. And it has helped so many of us, especially if you've ever had a baby. So now's the time to check it out. But there are one or two more things that I just want to mention when it comes to the core. Is a lot of us are thinking about the six-pack muscle when we're working our abs. And while, yes, it's good to do a little bit of that, what we really want to do is work the transverse abdominis, as mentioned. So there are many exercises that we can do for that, but the key to seeing noticeable changes is progressing over time, right? If you just do the same 20 crunches 3 times a week, if you just do the same 1-minute plank 3 times a week for 4 months on end, like, your body's only going to get to a certain point. The key is continuing to progress and challenge yourself over time. For a lot of us, that's kind of tricky, and that's why following a program that has that built in for you is so important. But working the TVA, really important. And then we can't talk about the stomach without talking about fat that's on top of our stomach, right? I mean, of course, our body shape, where we naturally store fat, the fat that we have on our stomach is gonna make a difference in our core. So overall, you know, working to reduce body fat is gonna help us get better results too. We do that with HIIT inside the Trim Core Challenge, which is 4-minute little teeny bursts of cardio designed for maximum impact to really get you the best results when it comes to fat burning in as quick as possible and with as little time invested as possible. Because sure, it's easy to just hop on a treadmill and do something kind of mindless for a half hour. But for a lot of us, what we really need is those little bursts that really get the heart rate up to really crank up the metabolism, crank up the fat burning, and help us with that. So that is all inside the Trim Core Challenge and the workout that I mentioned earlier. It's all laid out for you. So I hope that's helpful. I know for me, when I ditched the crunches and when I ditched doing just long steady state cardio, like going for jogs or spending a lot of time on the treadmill or elliptical, that's when I actually started to see my waist pulling in while the rest of me still stayed more muscular and fit. So I didn't feel like I was just getting like slim all over and losing all my shape, because I personally like to have a little bit of shape in some good places, you know? So I hope this video was helpful. If you want to see the stomach vacuum again, let me know and I will share it with you. Super easy. It takes a lot of practice. Many people say like, oh, I can't really get that sucked in thing going on quite yet, but then within a week or two, they're like, oh, I totally know how to do this and I can feel it working. So it's great. I think you're really gonna love it. And I can't wait to see you again soon. Big hugs. Lots of love. Bye-bye.